Hello and welcome back to the channel where we are making a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we worked on getting our credit sequence done, so when you play the loot song on the right scene here and you beat the song, it'll take you to the credits, which it'll fade to cleansed water, it'll fade to black, and it'll run credits. So we also added I want to see if we can get the link for the source code on one line. That would be nice. And then also we added, like, you can speed this up. But basically we need to keep track of the scroll position so that we can trigger a fade to black and a change, or a fade from black and a change back to play state when we're done with the credits. So where did we leave off? You know, is it in the Tome 1 success state? We have this credits. Okay, so we kind of built this out, right? We just need a trigger when the credits are done, and then we will change back to a player idle state. So before we do that, we have to track the scroll Y and finalize the text so that we know where we can put it. So I want to see if we can fit. I want to see if we can fit the source code on one line there. I won't do the actual repo because it's just a big code, but if they go to the GitHub, go to my GitHub, they'll be able to find Tashio. It's a pinned repo there. So let's see. Thanks for playing. Oh, it's one off. It's one off. We can go the smaller font. Let's try this. We have classic font and we have pixel font. Let's see. That looks cool, man. I like that. Thanks for playing. Tashio Tempo will be released in Q1. Is that too tiny? I mean, it is tiny, but also it's a tiny game. It's just kind of tiny. Let's see what Pixel Font 2 is. Because that's like as tiny as it gets for Game Boy fonts. Ugh. Yeah. Let me see classic font again. Because classic font is what we use in the game for the dialogue system, so it might make sense just to go with that. Dude, it's like one pixel away from fitting on that line. Like if we add one on the limit here, maybe it can fit on one line. I screwed that up. We have to ensure the speed up doesn't happen until the font is fully faded in, or the background is fully faded in. Okay, it fits, it just looks like crap. It's really just one pixel away from fitting. We can't make it any Shorter, man. GitHub.com/finding focus. We can make like a... I don't want to make like a bit.ly link, so let's just do the old /finding focus. GitHub.com/finding focus / Tashio. Let's see what this looks like. I don't like that we have to split it up on the line, but unless we do a smaller font, we can't fit it. I guess we could do... Maybe what we could do... Oh, let's see. It looks better at the end of the previous line, so... / here. Maybe we set the font just for... we can't set the font just for one of these things because it's its own text string, so like we can't just change font in the middle of the text string itself. That works. It doesn't look great, but it works. Let's try again. I just want to see the smaller font again. Maybe we'll add the Finding Focus logo at the beginning of the game too. This might be the way. I think we do the tiny one. Yeah, I think we do the tiny. I feel so bad putting a date. We probably shouldn't put a date on it, huh? I don't know. Let me, like, for real, let's think about it, because it's 2025. If it's in Q1 2027, that's a year and a half. It took us almost a year and a half to make this demo, but now a lot of the mechanics are in place, but I doubt we can finish it in a year and a half, so fuck. Yeah, I want to say, what do we say? Like, Tashio Tempo will... We just say 2027. Tashio Tempo will be released in 2027. And then we can put the repo all on one line. It was really bugging me that that was not on one line, so... Let's try this. Yeah, we need the limit. Nice. I mean, I like it. The small text is growing on me. I just think that the limit could be a little smaller. Either that or we just say released. What's the wording for this? Tashio Tempo. Look for Tashio Tempo in 2027. Is being released. Tashio Tempo will release in 2027. Yes. Yes, we just need a double line break for the supporters. But then we should also give credits, you know? So we'll give a shout out to Salto for the Steam art references, or what do we call that? Let's see, there's 3 lines right there. There's 2 lines here. Let's add a 3rd line here. And we'll say what? Created by, what do we say? Because it's weird to be like, what? Programmed, drawn, audio by Paul. Maybe we just say created by Finding Focus Dev. I don't know. It is cool that it's created live, but we'll just say created by Paul Thompson, and then we can say art assets. Steam art assets made by Sam Dalton. saltomanga.com. Okay, we need 3 here. Okay, let's see. So, blah, 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 blah. Thanks for playing. Tashio Tempo will release in 2027. View the source code. Created by Paul Thompson. Nice. Steam art assets made by Sam Dalton. I want to put the by on a new line. Nice. Nice. Okay. And Soup, I love you, but I think AKA Bob's got to be slate 1 here. This is cool, man. This is so cool, man. Okay. I like this. Now I've made some title screen music, but I have not exported it as like an MP3 to import into the game yet. I don't want to bog down the repo with a bunch of MP3 files. So I don't know if I'm going to be compressing those or what. Cool. Okay. So yeah, so we basically need to print up what the credit scroll Y is so that we can know when it's off screen. And then we can fade from black and go back to the play state so the player can resume playing. Because we're not updating the water right now because we're technically in the tome success state. Well, that's weird that that's updating. Huh. The flowers are updating, but the new water isn't. This is okay though, because we'll just solve this by, we have this credits done, but we need to see what we'll do. Yeah, we can say that we want to print on screen here the credits Y. We could put it, we'll just put it at the top there. So we can check when the credits are off screen by looking at the Y position. If this is, the correct sizing for the font and, yeah. Okay, so we've got 144. Okay, so the Y is scrolling up and up and up. That's how it is scrolling upwards. So we need to find what value it's at by the time the credits are fully off, and then we can trigger the fade from black. Okay, it's coming up, Looks like 300. Okay, 320, 330-ish. So what we can do is have another thing. This is just in the render because we basically want to say if credits is bigger than that 320, smaller than that negative 320 actually, then we want to trigger a new thing, which like right here, we're updating the water alpha. So we can say if not credits finish scroll, then we want to increment that alpha for the lava. But we have to also say, if not, we can do this. Credits finished scroll. Okay, so we have this false. But then we need to say, well, if the, you know, if the credits y is smaller than a negative 330, then we want to become credits finish scroll and then do something if credits finish scroll, which is to fade our screen opacity. So here we have this trigger credits. This should be like begin trigger, or I don't know, because we're running this, right? We want this equivalent for the opposite way. So we can say trigger credits is false, so that we stop incrementing our screen opacity, and then if we're not trigger credits, which, shoot, this is getting weird. Because we first fade in, we don't trigger credits until what? Credits timer greater than 1. Okay, so if credits timer, what the heck? Why do we have trigger credits is true and false here? Okay, so if the credits Y get to be smaller than that, we are no longer trigger credits, but I don't think that's all we need. Because we need to... We really need like a step machine here instead of the Boolean method. Shoot. Yeah, I think we need a better state flow than this. I'm tempted to redo it, but also we might be able to just do it crappy for this. Because I'll have to like rechange a bunch of stuff, but let's do it, man. Fuck. Let's do it. Step is going to be number. Okay? And self step is 0 for the tome success state. So we basically need to update the water alpha if we're on step 1. Actually on step 0. So if the self step is equal to 0 and we're not water cleanse, we're going to update that water alpha. Then If water alpha is greater than 255, and we're on step 0, then we want to do this thing. I might be getting too far into the weeds with this, but yeah, so water alpha fading in completely, and we're on step 0. Step 0 is the water alpha fading up. Then we're going to say go ahead and cleanse the global water. We need to do this and this elsewhere. So this is to initialize self step to 1. So we just do the thing, which is we become water cleansed. We become this demo credit sequence true, which I think we can get rid of, but demo credit sequence, where are we doing this? We do this in the render. Yeah, we don't need this. We basically want to render this at all time. It's just that the scroll Y starts off the text off screen, so I don't think we need that. But let's get rid of it. Step 1. We could say if it's step 1 or greater, do it, but I think we don't even need that. Basically, if we're on step 1, which means water has faded, so trigger credits, right? So step 1 is like fade in credits. So we're gonna say credits timer. Actually, yeah. Gosh, dude, this is a lot. We're gonna increase our credits timer so that we know when to trigger it, right? So then credits finished scroll. I don't think we need this credits finished scroll. Jeez. This is nasty, man. Okay. So we basically need to make sure our credits Y gets updated, which is where? Right here. So if we're in trigger credits, we're gonna update our opacity. So I think we just do that here. And we're just gonna say we fade in our opacity, and then we're going to trigger the credits Y to come up if... Do we do it then? I feel like we don't even do it then. Okay, we're close. Trigger credits. Okay. So if it's step 1, we're going to start counting the timer because that's what we're going to do for the right here, the credits. We got to increment our credits Y. Okay, we do that right here. Okay, so we only... Okay, so... Yeah, in step 1, we're going to set the timer. But then what are we doing here? We have to do... Step 1 isn't set timer, but step 1 will do the lava alpha. Okay. Well, if we want the credits timer, I feel like we might just need a step 2 here for the credits timer. So step 1, we increment that. If our steps equal to... Actually, if our credits timer greater than 1, then go ahead and increment our step. Okay, so this isn't fade in, this is like the timer credits. Okay. Now, why did we have this? We had this so... We have this so that we can fade to black before the credits start scrolling up. So it's like to give us time to stretch out the fade to black. So I think we might need to say... I think we might need to increment our opacity here. It's like start dimming it. As you're dimming it, see if it's been 1 second. If so, go to step 2. And then if we're in step 2, we need to also still keep dimming it on the same metric and say, okay, well, we're setting our demo screen opacity to go keep getting updated. And then at this point, I feel like we also want to do, we can do the lava alpha on step 1. So as soon as we start that fade in, the lava alpha comes in and the demo screen opacity comes in. Then we can say, you know, if this demo screen opacity is at its step, go ahead and scroll them up. So I guess all we have to do is take out the demo credit sequence here. Yeah. Let's try this. Let's see how bad we screwed this up. Hoping it looks the same. I don't see the lava opacity, but that looks pretty right. So the lava opacity is also triggered here, so we'll just make sure to do that. Okay. Yeah, so 330 should trigger the next one. I don't know, I feel like the lava opacity could have faded in faster. I don't know, something about it looked different than the old method. Just looking for when the lava particles show up. Should be right when the water fades to blue. Okay. Yeah, so I think we want to add a bit more delay, right? So we want this credits timer to probably be 2 seconds because we don't want to fade in. Yeah, we don't actually want to fade in the demo screen opacity in step 1. Let's try like 1.5 seconds to get to step 2, at which we will then fade in this the black background. Yeah, that looks good. Yes, that looks good. Okay. Okay, so then if credits Y gets to be minus 330, that looks about right. Then we want to set our next step. So we'll say we'll set our step here to be 3. Now we need to fade from black if we're on step 3. So if we're on step 3, we're going to take that opacity and we're actually going to subtract instead of add. So we fade, and then we want to say math.max and give it a 0 so that we clamp it to 0 as it decrements down. So step 3 should fade the demo screen opacity, and we should also fade the alpha out. And then basically we need to do this this state machine change upon a step 4. So we can go, you know, if our if we're in step 3, or yeah, if we're in step 3, then we can say if our lava alpha hit that 0, if we've actually, we want to do this on our demo screen opacity. If that hit 0, then we want to go to step 4. And step 4 is just going to be changing our player's state so that we can walk again, and changing the state machine's state back to play state so we get all the normal functionality. So if self step 4, take us back to the player idle state so we can walk again. So let's see. So we do this. We see a little bit of ash and then we fade. That looks really smooth. Thanks for playing. Tashio will release. Here's the source code. Supporters. Okay. So look, we should trigger the steps at 330, negative 330. Nice. Yeah. Oh, cool. And then, oh, we can walk. Yes, yes, yes. It looks like it works. Nice. Okay. It looks like it works. Okay. I like it. Yeah, I like it. Let's see what else we're missing. Okay. I like this. Let's make sure it works with a trigger from the actual song. So we'll do... That's loud. We got green, it triggers the water, it locks the player movement, fades in the lava, fades in the credits. Looking good, looking good. And then you can always speed up the credits if you hit the action button. And it doesn't change the step sequencing because it's not based on a timer, it's based on a credit position. So it goes all the way off. We fade from black, fade the lava, and we can walk around again and keep resuming playing the game. Great. This is great. Looks like everything's working. We're in the play state. Yeah, looks like everything's working. Sweet. Okay. Well, credits are looking good. So now there's a way to beat the demo, which is nice. And we got the credits in there, which is good. I think I might just add the Finding Focus logo at the beginning of the play state, or the title screen state, as like a last thing for tonight, because I've got a shoot tomorrow I gotta get to bed for, but we can at least commit before midnight, which is nice. Yeah, we changed our Tome 1 success state to be based on step sequencing, which works a lot easier than Booleans, so I'm glad we did it. It's one of those things that I'll just learn how to do from the get-go next time, hopefully. But what we have, step sequencing for credits. And proper fades back to play state. Okay. Then I think we also, because right now we don't change to the title screen from the get-go. In our main.lua, we should have this thing where we change to the play state. Right, so if we change to title state, then we'll start at the title state here. Nice. Oh, it looks so cool, man. Even the crappy art I threw together, like, I'll probably keep that for the demo. It's just like, doesn't need to be any fancy. Oh, our lava particle system's not set to white, so it's blinking with the start. So let's do that. In our title state, title screen state, we need to set our lava system render. Yep, we will set our color to white before we render the lava. Okay, that was because in order to fade in the lava system, we had to take out the set color white out of the render function, so that we can actually control what color it is. So now we've got that. I want enter, and I want enter to also trigger this. So title screen state. We trigger it with start. Let's also trigger it with action. Okay. And then, yeah, we need to turn back the load and save player data, and that's going to be probably the hardest part to test here for the play test of the demo, but this is cool. Nice. Okay. Oh man, this is starting to feel like a real game, dude. Uh-oh. Okay. This is cool. Oh, the tunic is so ugly. I love it though. I mean, I spent like 15 minutes trying to do a better one, and I like the ugly one better, so we'll keep it. What did it say? What did it say when we grabbed it? Then we also need to make sure the game remembers that we cleansed it, right? So we'll have to add the cleansed water into the save state and the load player data. You found the tunic of strength. Heavy objects now feel light when you push them. Oh, cool. So yeah, that pretty much spoon feeds that you can push things now with it equipped. Wow. Okay. I should probably add a little jingle when you buy. Whatever the jingle of select is, we should play that when we buy from the innkeeper. Yeah, right here. We need to basically just play the select sound so we can hear that we purchased a thing. I also want like a meditation sound too, or I don't know, maybe a something. Even if it's like a low hum, like a om sort of deal when you meditate. Okay. Do we also have this for the refinery? When we buy a refinery upgrade, do we play a sound? I don't think we do. Yeah, we don't. Okay, let's do it for the refinery too. Basically, if we purchase... Basically, anytime we increment the... What, selection? Active upgrade, calculate. It might need to be in the calculate function. What is an active upgrade? Active upgrade. What the heck is this? Flamma upgrade. What is a Flamma upgrade? God damn it, dude. What is it? Is it a thing? It's an upgrade element object. Okay. So in upgrade element, when we run the calculate right here. Yes. So if we can do it, where do we check this? Okay. So we're looking for I don't know. I don't know where to put it. Because we're not checking the box there. So calculate upgrade. It's weird because calculate upgrade is a function that basically adjusts the result table for the dialog boxes and stuff. So it's not like a boolean. You can't ask like if it's a legit upgrade. It just says you just have to calculate, and then it'll do the calculations and assign the right strings. So it doesn't determine if you've actually purchased a thing. So where do we deduct the cost of a purchase? We deduct the cost of like a ruby or whatever. Set selection. Where do we do this? Where do we deduct the cost? Oh, Active upgrade. Set selection. I don't see where. It's got to be in the set selection. I don't see where we would deduct this otherwise. Like, where do we deduct our actual minerals? Handle upgrade, it's right here. Dude. Okay, yeah, we just need to find where we're spending our count. So right here, anytime we deduct our count, we're going to play the select sound so that we can hear that we purchased the upgrade. I guess we don't need it. Yeah, we don't really need it for everyone here. If we're going to handle an upgrade, we know we play the sound anyway. And then we run old stuff like normal. Let's see. Then we can worry about... Let's see. Nice. Okay. Okay. It doesn't work if you can't afford it. It should probably make like a negative sound if you can't afford it. But even that, you know, that's too high pitched. I don't like that, but that's a decent stand-in. Do we have, instead of select, don't we have a coin? Coin pickup. Let's hear what the coin pickup sounds like. Okay, yeah, I like the coin pickup. Yeah, we'll make like a little VFXer sound for an error or a non-active, you know, non-available upgrade, so that we can add that too. But for now, I think we want to add in the title screen state. We want to add in the Finding Focus logo only when you boot the game, right? If you get a game over, I don't want it loading the logo. It's just like a Game Boy cartridge. When you pop in the cartridge, you see Game Freak, and then you see press start, you know? So I want to add that. I think I already made it. Where? Yeah, so we've got the Finding Focus logo here. It's just called Finding Focus camel case. No, just uppercase. PNG and graphics folder. So let's go ahead and just import it. Okay, I don't think... Crap. We might have to import this into the state machine, the title state machine. Okay. Should be graphics here. Okay, let's see if we crash or not. Should be okay. Okay, so let's do this where we're going to set our step to 1, and we're just going to say we basically just want to say, for right now, let's just say, you know, if we're on step 1, let's just draw. So I guess we would be in our render. Title screen template. For right now, let's just say, you know, if we're in step 1, that's going to be the logo part. So we're just going to say draw our drawable, which is self logo. We don't need X and Y, right? It's just, we don't need width and height. We just need X and Y. Okay, so if we're step 1, let's draw the logo. And then let's see if we can see the logo here. Nope. Cool. I don't know, it's too big. But any smaller and it's like unreadable because the font. But it's just going to be like a quick fade in for this. Huh. Oh, it does look right. Okay. I mean, this is okay because I'm thinking about it, you know, if you think about it on like a little Game Boy screen, it's okay. It goes all the way to the edge like that. I just think if we shrink it any more, that isn't bad. Yeah, it's just too big. I think I'm not so worried about the mountains. I think I'm more worried about the words. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know, man. Doesn't look any good, any smaller than that. So let's just see how it looks like actually fading it in. So I guess in step 1, you know, we would say step 1, we need to fade in the logo alpha. So we have a logo alpha that starts at 0. In the update, if we're in step 1, let's go ahead and set the logo alpha. We want to add, I don't know, maybe 80 or 90. So we want to scale it by delta time and add maybe 80. And we want to clamp it to 255. So we will say math dot minimum, put in our logo alpha increment. Okay, so if we're in step 1, we're going to fade in that logo alpha, so we need to draw this with a set color, and the color is going to be pure white, so 1 1 1, with an alpha of our logo alpha. Okay, so we should fade in. Let's see. Not what I thought. What's going on with that? Logo alpha gets logo alpha times delta time. We have to give 2 values here. Okay, we're still not fading it, man. We're still not fading logo alpha. Step 1. Yep, the alpha is just being updated, and it's just weird. Okay, so we need to set our alpha to be... Okay, we need to set it equal to itself plus that difference. Then it should fade in. Okay, we're not rendering the logo alpha. Why is it 1,000, man? There we go. Okay, so that's a lot slower. Yeah. Something like that. But why isn't it clamping? It should clamp this. Okay, so we need to clamp. We'll add this, right? And we'll say we're setting it equal to, we'll put the math dot max right here. Math dot min. So with lower of 2 values, 255 is the max. And the otherwise increment it. Okay. Yeah, and I don't want we don't want the particle system just yet. So this will be only if we're in step 2 or whatever. Maybe step 3, I don't even know. Okay. So basically, first step is fade in the logo. So if it's step 1, we render the logo with the logo alpha, and then we can say if we're in step 1, we want to basically, once the logo is fully faded in, we can say, you know, if our logo alpha is maxed out at that 255 full transparency, then we can increment logo timer. Okay. And then if we're incrementing logo timer, if our logo timer greater than 1 second, or let's do 3 seconds, then we want to self step increment into step 2. Now step 2 is going to be a fade from black or fade to black. So if self step 2, we're going to take that alpha and we're going to decrement it instead of increment. So we're going to just subtract this value. Yep, we're going to subtract the logo alpha. Okay, and then if our logo alpha gets down to 0, we want to do a math.max here and put in 0 to clamp it at 0. And then if we're at 0, we basically, if we're at step 2 and logo alpha 0, that means we're faded to black. So then we can say self step gets set to 3. Then at that point, if we're on step 3 is where we want to render this. We probably want to fade it in, but just for now, let's just see if we can get it working. Okay, so finding focus fades in, 3 seconds, maybe 2 seconds. Ah, the fade didn't work. Let's do 2 seconds. So if logo timer is 2, we're gonna set step 2. If it's step 2, we say the bigger of 2 values, one being logo alpha minus its current delta time. So what? We need to subtract this. Logo alpha minus. It's not. It's not this. It's. We don't need. It's not plus itself here. It's just current times delta time. Let's see this. That looks more right. Let's see. It should fade it a lot slower now. Yeah. Oh, still no. It's still not incrementing. How do we do this in the tome success state? We do it plus the delta time and then times. Okay. So let's try that. So we're gonna take this out. Yeah, we're gonna do a plus 10, then multiply, then scale it by delta time. You should fade in slow. The heck, dude? Math.min plus, what the fuck? Plus delta time, then scale. Okay, I got that all wrong. Okay. There we go. Should be faster. That looks good. Okay, so let's do this. Step 2 would be fade from black, so all we do is change this. to a minus, and it should do it after 2 seconds. It fades back out. So there we go. Shit. Math thought this should be max. The heck? Okay, we increment to step 2. If it's step 2, oh, you know what? We're not rendering the logo on the step 1 or 2. So, step smaller than 3. Go ahead, render the logo. We should see it fade out now. Fade in, 1, 2, fade out, lock. Self step 3. Rendering it at logo alpha. What? Does the logo alpha change right away? We fade into 255 and then it goes, well, no, it renders, it looks right. I think we're just setting the color. We only want to do this other stuff in step 3, I think. Let's do this only because the end, the end of logo fading out takes us to step 3. So for right now, let's just say step 3, we're doing this stuff. We'll probably want to fade in the background as well, but for right now, we'll just do this. Bro. Nice. Cool. I mean, yeah, it's not quite it. I wonder if how to easy ease, how do we do, can Love do that? Because I want to ease in. They don't really have that. There's a linear interpolation we can create. Really? Lerp? What the heck? I'll ask Grok and see if Grok knows. So it looks like our tween can do it. Okay, it looks like we might be able to do it with our tween library. Oh yeah, okay. I'm not going to get to this tonight. I am about to fall asleep. So we'll we'll muck around until we get our hour 20 goal here and then call it. So let's say step, if we name this, step 1 is fade in logo. Step 2 is fade out logo. And then step 3 will be fade in the background. Or where is it? Right here, title screen temp. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we want to fade logo and then fade in the title screen. Okay, so we want to fade in this title screen. So what we want to do is step 3 will be if self step 3, I want to fade in the lava here as the rest of it fades in. So here we will update our lava. Step is equal to 3. We want to render our lava. If it is, oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, but we need to render the title alpha here. So self title alpha right there. Initialize title alpha. Okay, if we're in step 3, we want to fade in our title. And update our lava system. Our lava system will render with white. That could just appear on screen right away, but also we're only updating our particle system here, so it should be okay. So let's just see if we get our title alpha coming in. Hey. Nope. Nope. Title alpha. Step 3. Oh, not logo alpha. Title alpha. Okay, yep. Then we render our title alpha. Is the, oh, that's the clear color. We want to set color. What did that used to be in the git diff? It used to be 255, so it's just black. We might not need this. Okay, so instead of, yeah, we might want to just, I think we want to set the color to black, period. First. So it's not set color, it's clear. Okay, so we're going to clear the screen to black. Then we're going to draw our logo. We want this right here. So not clearing this, but we want to set our color to be our pure white, but an alpha of this title alpha. Okay, then we draw our background. Okay, let's try that. That was wrong. That's all wrong. This is logo alpha. How do we screw that up? Okay. Shit, man. Ugh. Okay, this is technically right. It's just that we need black, not white here. Okay. I didn't even save it. Yes, okay. I didn't see if the lava particles came on before that. Let's see. Okay, I kind of want to start updating the lava particles maybe before the logo fades out. So instead of updating it here, well, you do want to update it here, but we want to also update it here in step 2 as we're fading out the logo. Let's go ahead and do that. See what that looks like. It wasn't rendering. It looks like it was updating those. So let's say if the lava, where are we rendering lava? If it's greater than step 2, let's do if okay, we'll render the lava one step before. Cool. I like that. Okay. Sweet. I think that's okay to stop at tonight because I've got to prep for the shoot and I'm toast, man. So let's say that this is okay. We'll say that this is what and finding focus logo to title screen. And then I'll add the title screen music here soon too. I'll have to export it and compress it, make sure I'm happy with that, and then we'll add the first music to the game here very soon, or like OST. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good night. We'll find someone to raid out to here. Catch you later.